morning sun painted the jungle in soft gold. Birds chirped lazily, monkeys swung between trees, and the muddy green river shimmered in the light. On the far bank, a majestic Asian elephant mother stepped carefully toward the water, her newborn calf wobbling by her side. This was his first river visit. His skin was still pink in places, shiny from birth. He didn't know danger yet. The mother lowered her trunk, scooped up cool water, and sprayed it gently over his back. The calf squealed in delight, trying to copy her, splashing clumsily with his tiny trunk. It was pure peace. But beneath that peace, two yellow eyes watched from the murk. The predator was a giant crocodile, a veteran of the river scarred from decades of battles. To him, the calf wasn't cute. It was an opportunity. The mother took a step deeper. The calf followed. The crocodile inched forward, silent, patient, deadly. Then, boom, the river erupted. A blur of scales and teeth surged upward, clamping down on the calf's side. The sound of jaws snapping echoed across the water. The calf screamed, high, piercing, desperate. Birds scattered. The mother's roar shook the trees. She lunged forward, wrapping her trunk around her calf, pulling with all her strength. But the crocodile's grip was like iron, and the water exploded into chaos. The crocodile's muscles flexed, like living iron, as it twisted violently, dragging the baby elephant deeper into the murky green water. The newborn let out a pitiful, muffled cry, its tiny trunk breaking the surface for only a split second before disappearing again. The water churned with violent splashes, white foam mixing with muddy swirls. The adult elephant trumpeted in pure desperation, the sound echoing through the jungle like a war horn. Her front legs planted firmly in the riverbank mud, she strained with every ounce of strength, trunk locked around her calf's slippery body. But the crocodile was a monster, a scarred ancient predator with eyes like cold gold, each blink slow and calculating. It had hunted for decades, its massive jaws capable of crushing bone. It wasn't just fighting for food, it was fighting with the cold, ruthless certainty of a killer that knew patience could win. It clamped tighter, the pressure so great that a faint popping sound came from the baby's side. The mother bellowed again, rage and terror blending into a single deafening cry. Just then, footsteps pounded through the jungle, heavy, fast. From the shadows of the trees burst Arjun, a local fisherman known for his courage and stubbornness. He had been upriver when he heard the mother's trumpet, a sound so raw it sent a shiver down his spine. He knew that sound. It wasn't just warning, it was begging. Arjun didn't hesitate. Dropping his fishing net, he sprinted toward the water, the stench of churned mud and reptile musk filling his nostrils. His eyes locked on the scene ahead, one of nature's most brutal duels. He waded in without thinking, water slapping against his thighs, cold and sticky with silt. In his hands, he gripped a long bamboo pole sharpened to a crude point. He knew it wouldn't kill the crocodile outright, but maybe, just maybe, it could make it let go. The crocodile sensed him immediately. Without releasing its grip, it rolled its eye toward the human, a silent acknowledgement that another threat had entered the arena. The mother elephant too noticed Arjun, but her gaze wasn't one of aggression, it was pleading. In that moment, two species understood each other completely. This was a fight for a child's life. Arjun jabbed the pole hard into the crocodile's flank. The beast reacted with a violent tail slap, nearly knocking him off his feet. The water exploded upward, blinding him for a moment. He gritted his teeth, dug his feet into the riverbed, and jabbed again, this time toward the soft skin under the jaw. The crocodile jerked, the pressure on the calf easing slightly. The mother elephant seized the moment, yanking with a desperate surge of power. The baby's head emerged from the water, gasping, coughing out muddy river water. But the crocodile wasn't giving up. It roared, a guttural, alien sound, and began a death roll, trying to twist the calf out of both their grips. The water became chaos, spray, mud, foam, and blood. Arjun was almost swept away but used the bamboo pole to brace himself. He struck again and again, shouting, "Let go, let go!" Though he knew the predator didn't understand words, it understood pain, persistence, and the will to fight. The crocodile's tail lashed again, catching Arjun in the side. He stumbled, the air knocked from his lungs, vision flashing white for a moment. The current tried to pull him under, but the sight of the calf's tiny trunk, thrashing in panic, filled him with a raw, unbreakable determination. He pushed forward again, stabbing deep into the softer scales of the underbelly. For a fraction of a second, the crocodile hesitated. It was enough. The mother elephant roared and pulled with a force born of pure maternal fury. The calf came free, but so did part of the crocodile's jaw grip, tearing flesh. The water turned a deeper red. The calf collapsed against its mother's chest, trembling, coughing, its small body scraped and bleeding. But the crocodile wasn't done. No, now it turned its fury toward Arjun. With a sudden, terrifying burst of speed, it lunged for him. The river was suddenly still, but the air, it vibrated with tension. Arjun stumbled backward, gasping for breath, his body shaking from adrenaline. His clothes clung to him, soaked and heavy. The mother elephant turned toward him. Towering above, her shadow fell over his frame. For a moment, neither moved. Her eyes locked onto his. Her trunk swayed slowly, deliberately. The sound she made next was deep, low, and resonant. Not a warning, not anger, but gratitude. She reached her trunk toward him, close enough to touch his shoulder, before guiding her calf toward the jungle's safety. The little one stayed pressed against her side, his tiny steps shaky but determined. Each movement was a miracle. Arjun stood there in the shallows, watching as they disappeared into the green. His chest heaved. His hand still gripped the bamboo staff, though it was cracked from the battle. In the wild, every second counts. Today, the river tried to take, but the jungle gave back. Arjun smiled faintly. Somewhere out there, that elephant mother would remember him, not as a threat, but as the man who fought beside her when the water turned deadly. If you believe every life is worth fighting for, hit subscribe and join us for more unbelievable rescues from the wild.